The train stopped running 50 years ago, but they say you can still hear the echoes. These aren't tales from dusty novels or campfire exaggerations. These are reports, unsettling accounts passed down through generations of city dwellers who know too much about the underbelly of the metropolis. We're talking about the forgotten arteries beneath our feet, the subway lines sealed off from the public eye, the tunnels that exist in a permanent state of suspended animation. They are places where the city's living pulse gives way to a deep, unsettling silence. A silence that sometimes, people swear, is broken by something else. Consider the sheer scale of it. Modern subway systems are marvels of engineering, complex networks designed to move millions of people efficiently. But when a line becomes redundant, or when a section proves too dangerous, too costly, or simply too unsettling, it doesn't just get abandoned. It gets sealed. Concrete poured over entrances, heavy steel gates welded shut, the tracks left coated in a permanent, damp grime. These sealed-off stretches are pockets of time, places where the modern city's relentless forward momentum seems to have simply stopped, leaving behind a perfect vacuum for the unexplained to settle into. The most persistent and chilling of these legends revolves around the Midnight Express. It's a story that has a dozen variations depending on which city you ask, but the core remains terrifyingly consistent. This train, they claim, never actually reached its final destination. It's said to be a ghost service, running on a schedule that no longer exists, a spectral commuter pulling passengers who aren't quite alive anymore. People who dare to venture near the rumored access points, the maintenance hatches, the forgotten ventilation shafts, report seeing the lights. Not the modern, harsh, fluorescent glow of an active line, but a sickly, yellowed luminescence, the kind you associate with old film reels or forgotten eras. And the sound is what keeps people awake for weeks. It's the rhythmic clack-clack, clack-clack of the wheels over the joints, a perfect, unwavering cadence that seems to defy the absolute stillness of the surrounding earth. But it's not just the sound of movement. It's the sound of intent. The Midnight Express doesn't just pass through. It feels like it's searching. Like it's looking for something it lost, or perhaps looking for company. Then there are the whistle blasts. Oh, the phantom whistles. These are the auditory signatures that haunt the deepest parts of the underground. A single, mournful blast, echoing off miles of damp, unseen rock. Some accounts place it near junctions that were decommissioned decades ago, junctions where the tracks were supposedly ripped up and filled in. Listeners report hearing it late at night, when the city above is finally breathing a sigh of exhausted sleep. It's not the sharp, warning blast of a modern train. It's deeper, longer, almost sorrowful. It sounds like a call, a signal meant for someone who can no longer answer. These reports of phantom whistles aren't just isolated incidents of gas leaks or structural noises. The consistency across different geographical locations suggests a pattern, a shared psychic residue clinging to the metal and the forgotten pathways. What are these lines connecting? Were they built to connect thriving communities, or were they built to facilitate something else? Something clandestine, something inevitable. This leads us to the most speculative and perhaps most terrifying part of the lore, the reason the deepest tunnels were permanently sealed off. Most people assume these closures are due to engineering necessity, faulty support structures, flooding, or outdated electrical systems. And while those reasons are certainly plausible, the folklore suggests a deeper, more sinister motive. Some whispered theories speak of materials that were too volatile, of tunnels that passed too close to geological weak points, or even, disturbingly, tunnels that passed too close to something that shouldn't be disturbed. One persistent, unsettling theory suggests that certain deep lines were sealed not because they were structurally unsound, but because they were too stable, too perfect, as if they provided a conduit, a pathway that intersected with something ancient, something subterranean that predates the very concept of the city above. Imagine the sheer amount of human endeavor poured into building a subway, billions of dollars, thousands of workers, years of relentless excavation. To then seal it up, to effectively erase it from the map, suggests a level of caution far beyond standard civil engineering practice. It implies a decision made by people who knew exactly what they were keeping contained. Think about the atmosphere in these sealed sections. It's not just the damp smell of mildew and rust. It's a palpable weight, a sense of being observed. You walk down a tunnel that was meant to be a thoroughfare, and instead it feels like a massive subterranean tomb. The air gets colder, inexplicably colder, even on the warmest summer nights. And the silence isn't empty, it's pressurized. It's full of unheard echoes, of muffled conversations from a time when the city was different, a time when perhaps the rules of physics, or at least the rules of public safety, were slightly different. These legends thrive because they tap into a deep, primal human fear, the fear of the unknown space. The subway, by its very nature, is a controlled environment. You know where you are going, and you know when you will arrive. But the abandoned tunnels, they are the ultimate unknown. They are the city's secret circulatory system. And when the lights go out, when the trains stop, you are left suspended in the dark, listening for the rumble that shouldn't be there. It makes you question the map, doesn't it? It makes you question the official records. Because underneath the reliable, brightly lit tracks that carry us to our daily destinations, there is a vast, dark, echoing realm. A realm haunted by the ghosts of journeys never finished, by the whistles of trains that run only for those who are listening with too much attention. So the next time you ride late at night, when the platform lights flicker and the other passengers are quiet, keep an ear open. Listen past the squeal of the brakes. Listen past the hiss of the doors. Listen for the deep, resonant thump-thump, thump-thump, the rumble that shouldn't be there. Because sometimes the echoes are more real than the destinations we actually reach.